everybody. I'm Tony George. He is Nick Menken. In the immortal words of David Lee Roth in Hot for Teacher, heard you missed us. We're back. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Doc Sports Prop Madness Show. By the way, damn near 70% this year in our inaugural season during the regular season, giving you 6 picks a week. Nick, tip of the cap to both of us there, buddy.
Come on, let's go. 67% for free, folks, for free. Imagine our premium side, only $25 there over at the premium side for the Super Bowl. I know I'll have a handful of player props, and I know you will as well, Tony.
Yeah, I had a 10-play card last year in the Super Bowl, went 9-1 and hit a 7-unit pick in the Super Bowl. FYI. And yes, I did take Philadelphia against my beloved Chiefs last year. Why wouldn't you? Just a few notes. We're going to get you 6 free props for the Super Bowl this Sunday. Seattle and New England. New England, an unlikely candidate to be there, Nick. A little surprising, back in August, I had went to contest weekend at Circa. It's always the last weekend of August, the first college football game, which I believe was Kansas State, Iowa State out in Ireland. It was that weekend. And I sat at the panel. If you're going to sign up for Circa Millions or Circa Survivor, you need to go out there that weekend. They have a seminar. Drew Desnick and a bunch of super sharp guys that are big contest winners. Every single one of them said Seattle was going to be the team to beat this year. I didn't see it coming, but I did put down a $300 ticket at 60-1.
There you go.
So I'm kind of hoping for Seattle to win, like big time. But nonetheless, a lot of these lines are juiced up now, Nick. I've looked at some of these lines. You got to kind of find the median, kind of what they did in the postseason versus what they did in the regular season. And then in the regular season, you got to take a look at like when New England played somebody that had a good defense, or Seattle played somebody that had comparables to New England, and look at the player props in those games and how they perform. And I've been doing that all week long. But to tell you how juiced up the Super Bowl can be, did you know that underdogs in the Super Bowl, the last 24, are 18-6 against the spread? Last 18 Super Bowls, underdogs 14-4. FYI, folks. Last 24 games, I can't read my writing. Oh, if you teased the underdog up as part of the teaser in the last 24 Super Bowls, you covered 21-3 ATS. With the underdog teased up. FYI, 2-team 6-point teaser, side and total are readily available at all shops. Usually they're not, like on Monday nights. A lot of people want to do it. But for the Super Bowl, you can do it. FYI. You think these defenses are going to dominate? Yeah. Then take the total and tease it up to 51.5 and take the under. I'm just saying. And the lowest seed in the Super Bowl, meaning Seattle's number 1 seed and Denver's number 2 seed, the lowest seed,
Patriots,
the last 31 Super Bowls, 2-17-2 against the spread. Just FYI, folks. So what's that telling you is the line's juiced up a little bit. I'm going to be taking a lot of unders, and I'm going to give you one out of the gate. Stephon Diggs, under 17.5, longest reception. Mainly, they're going to play him in the slot. Seattle shuts down slot receivers. And only 4 times out of the last, let me see here, 5 times out of the last 14 games has Stephon Diggs had a reception of over 17.5 yards. I like him under. Longest reception, 17.5 yards, minus 115. And by the way, also Seattle, throw out the Rams game, Nick. Seattle doesn't give a lot of big plays down the field. And by the way, when it comes to long routes, deep routes, Diggs is 4th on the team in the number of long routes he gets. There's 3 guys in front of him to get longer routes. So I think that's a solid play. What do you got, buddy?
Yeah, Tony. So this is my 7th Super Bowl here, capping it very hard. And what I found out over those last 7 years is that you have to, if you like the overs in the prop market, you have to bet those numbers early. Because what these books odds makers do is come kickoff, come Saturday and Sunday, that line is going to be juice, whether it's the number or the juice in itself. So let's talk about Drake May here. And I bet this on Monday, and I'm going with his over 29.5 passing attempts. Now, the Patriots are heavy underdogs coming into this game. In those 3 losses this season, he has averaged 35 attempts per game. While the Seahawks defense here is the 3rd best rushing defense in the league, they only allow 92 yards here on average per game. The Seahawks defense has forced their opponents to throw the 5th highest rating in the league. I believe the Patriots are going to be behind in this game, Tony, and I think Drake May is going to have to throw the ball here. So I like his over 29.5. And if you're watching this on a Saturday, I could tell you this line will go up. The number will go up and the juice will go up. I like him over 29.5 at a -120 line. I think we're getting good value with this line. And if you do bet the unders, wait until those Saturday and Sunday, because those lines in the juice, they're going to go up, Tony.
Yeah, they are. You're going to get a lot of action. We're taping this on Wednesday. We're using Wednesday lines. That Stephon Diggs line was -115. But these lines are going to go up. There's going to be a tremendous amount of action. I saw a video where Bill Krakenberger, the crack man there in Las Vegas, a well-known bettor, actually sells plays at a competing website, but he's a friend of mine, and I value everything that he says. So far at Westgate, 65% of their money taken has been on prop bets, not side and total. It didn't used to be like that, folks. And so a lot of action coming in, millions of dollars. A lot of these DraftKings and FanDuel will follow the big Vegas books as well with some of the moves, even though they're not lopsided yet. But bear that in mind. Now, Nick, you know, almost every week during this season, what was I looking at for a prop on the weekends?
Over under on kickers.
That's right. There you go. Andy Borgalis for the Patriots. I'm going to bump this up to 2. Alternate line, over 2 field goals, -120. Over 2 field goals made. I love it. If you want to go 1.5 and get chalky, get it. Both these kickers might have big weekends, Nick. A lot of solid red zone defense out of both these defenses. It's hard to run on either one of them inside the 10-yard line. So then you got to get lucky with the passes, you know, and if they're, you know, rushing 5 and dropping 6, it's hard to get 4 receivers open. So red zone, you're going to see some kicks. Totals 45.5. You might see more kicks than touchdowns this weekend, but I like the Patriots kicker this weekend, over 1.5, and then take him over 2 on the alt as well.
I like it. We're starting it off with 4 straight Patriot player props here, and we're going to the tight end, Hunter Henry, and I have to go with his over 3.5 receptions here. It's at a -130 right now, and Henry, he's the 2nd most targeted player on this Patriots team all season long. The last time he played Seattle, he had 8 receptions. He has not gone over this line yet this playoffs. He had 2 receptions against the Broncos. He had 1 against Houston, and he had 3 against the Chargers. Well, my bias is the Patriots are going to be down in this game, and it correlates with my first prop with Drake May on his over. They're going to be playing from behind. I think Hunter Henry, especially the tight ends for New England, is going to have a big impact in this Super Bowl. Give me the over 3.5 receptions here for Hunter Henry, Tony.
Yeah, I was looking at some stats. Seattle, you try and find a chink in the armor for Seattle. And I've been saying it since the middle of the season. They're the best team in the NFL. And they don't have a lot of weaknesses. And you try and really dig for chinks in the armor. You know what it is? Their biggest weakness as a team? Giving up catches and yards to tight ends. Just FYI, folks. Let's go with this Seattle prop here. I like Hulani, this backup running back that came in for Seattle. Now the number 2 running back behind Walker. He ran 17 pass routes last game. Over 1.5 receptions at -140. I like that number. I know it's a little chalky. That's going to go up. You know, they're going to get this guy. And their head coach commented, hey, this guy's going to be an integral part of the program moving forward, you know, now that Charbonnet is out. And he proved his worth in the last game. And you might want to sniff a longest reception with him too. FYI, folks. But definitely Hulani, over 1.5 receptions, -140. Ran 17 routes last game. He'll run 10 to 12 routes. I think he gets a couple of catches here, Nick. I like it. And New England also does give up a lot of receiving yards and catches to running backs. FYI. So, and if you're going to be doubling to Jigba Smith down the field, that's going to leave some of those running backs open. They chip a blocker and they chip a rusher and then they release, get out the flat. This is a guy just like Walker. You do not want out running loose in the flat with catching the ball out of the backfield. That could turn into some big plays.
I like that, Tony. We're going to stay with the Seahawks running back here, and it's going to be Kenneth Walker. I'm going to eye up over 73.5 rushing yards here, and we're getting at a -110. Now, Walker averages 90 yards here coming into the Super Bowl per game. With the injury, obviously, like you said, Tony, with Zach Charbonnet out of this lineup, he's going to get touches. You've seen it in the last 2 games in the playoffs, 19 and 19 carries for Kenneth Walker here. I think he easily gets over that 20 standpoint. And because I think the Seahawks will be up in the second half, they're going to utilize Kenneth Walker here. They trust him to run the ball, to get a couple first downs and to burn that clock. He's hit this line 2 out of the 4 playoff games. Obviously, with Charbonnet going down, he's getting more carries here. The last 2 weeks, like I said, 13 carries. I think he gets 25, maybe even 30 if they're up a lot here. So I like his over. Get it early because this line will go up, folks.
Yeah, I'm worried about Milton on the line for Seattle, for Patriots. They've really held a lot of people down. But then again, if you want to look at the numbers, remember who they played. The Chargers had a 3rd-string running back. Houston doesn't have a running back, and neither does Denver. Their best running back's their quarterback. You know, and he was out. Bo Nix was out. You know, so they haven't faced a running back. You go back, the only time they faced a running back, the last time they faced a good running back was James Cook for Buffalo, and he ran all over them. FYI. Just FYI, folks. I tell you one thing, every single website I have seen, every consensus board, Nick, I just want to get your feedback on this. Every single quote-unquote handicapper, sports analyst, mainstream, or gambling is over on Drake May on his rushing yards. That's the second I start pounding the under.
Yep, I totally agree with you, Tony. It was going to be one of my plays here for you guys, and I'll give you another one. Wait, like I keep saying, until Saturday, Sunday morning, because that line will go up on his over-under rushing yards. Hit that under. Everybody in their mother, like you said, Tony, is on the over, is on Drake May's over for what he's done in the playoffs here. This is a Seattle defense that contains and is very disciplined, especially with the quarterback out of the pocket. So give me that under on Sunday morning or Saturday night, folks. I absolutely love it.
Okay, now, folks, if you got screwed, I was talking about Nick about this off there because Nick's got a little bit of an exotic for you as we close out the show. He's got one of those, you know, is it heads or tails? Is how many times are going to show so-and-so's girlfriend? You know, last year was a Taylor Swift thing with Kelsey. how long's the national anthem? How many people are not going to watch Bad Bunny at halftime, including me? Let's get a head count on that son of a bitch. But nonetheless, the thing about it is that all of my props, and I know that all of Nick's props on Sunday are going to be meat and potatoes props, nothing exotic. I'm not going to tie it in with some total in the NBA, this, that, and the other cross-reference sports. There's over 400 props out there, like at Circa, Westgate. I'm DraftKings. I haven't done a count with DraftKings and FanDuel, which 90% of you guys and gals use. But be careful with those. Those are only pizza money bets. Like every year, I put $50 on a safety. I've hit it a couple of times. One time it was 90-1 and I hit it, and I had $100 on it. Do the math. But, so I'll do something like that, but meat and potatoes, like break down quarters. Do they score in the first 6 minutes of the first quarter? You can break those out. Everything that I do is game related based on data. I mean, that's what you want to be looking at. And by the way, you could get Nick's card and my card for free. Prop cards are $25. We give you a free $60 if you've never been a member of Docs. Right there, link in the description above us. We'll park it in a new account. Comes with a profit guarantee. You're here for free shit. We're giving you free shit. And now Docs is going to give you free shit. Pardon my French. But seriously, go over there, and it comes with a profit guarantee and zero obligation. Free $60. Prop cards are $25 each. Super Bowl cards are only $25 too. So if you think I'm better looking than Nick, which I am, and you want to buy all the packages from me, you get a 2-pack, including a 6-unit side play and a 2-unit first half total play on my Super Bowl card. And then you get an 8 to 10 play prop card for $50. You got $10 left over. Just saying, utilize that. One exotic. We got a fun one here from Nick Menken. Tell us what it is.
Yeah, it all lines up, folks. I gave you my hand, and it's the Seattle Seahawks here. The Gatorade color, lime green. I think they get it dumped on them. Plus 275 here for the Seahawks to win it. And I think he's getting a Gatorade shower, and it's going to be lime green, folks. So that odds plus 275. Pizza money. Nothing special, pizza money. Let's see if we could get the Gatorade color right this year, Tony.
Well, why wouldn't they have it lime green? That's kind of their color. You'd think they'd be drinking lime green and dumping it if they won.
Patriots probably have red. That's all I'll say. That's all
You'd have to. You'd have to. That's a couple pizza money bets there, folks. For the real money bets, DocSports.com. Many of the prop cards will be out on Thursday. And just a heads up from corporate administration at Docs. If a handicapper has his card out and you buy it Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, that's the only day that you can access that, because we have a rollover timer in the admin in the back end, and it resets it for the next day for new customers to purchase. So once you buy the package, snapshot it on your phone, copy and paste, put it in a Word doc, or handwrite it down if you're old school like me. Like, I don't print out notes. I write them all down because I'm old school. I'm not succumbing to technology yet. And I don't give a shit how popular AI is. So when you get those cards, mine will be out Thursday. Nick, are you putting yours out Thursday, or are you waiting until Sunday?
I think I'm going to wait till Sunday because I'm going to have a lot of unders there, folks.
I'm 90% sure I'm going out on Thursday. I might wait until Friday, so get some adjustment. But I want you to be able to get them in. So Doc Sports is where you need to be. Side and total cards will be out on Thursday at 5 Central, as football was every week. We want you to enjoy the Super Bowl, some wings. I'm going to go. Where you watching the Super Bowl at, Nick?
Nice country club with my buddy Griff.
You going to a country club with Griffin?
Yeah, I'm going to a country club, even though it's 10 degrees here. We're going to a country club watching the Super Bowl.
Oh. This will be the first year in 15 years I haven't watched a Super Bowl in Vegas.
Really?
True story. So, yeah. Well,
What
I
do you
lived
do?
there 8, but last year I went out. A buddy of mine owns a sports bar. Having all my friends in, making wings
Belly
and
up at the
pizza.
bar.
Gonna have I'm involved with the open buffet and short guest list. Well, long guest list, but be surrounded by a couple hundred of my friends having a good time.
There you go.
And of course, making sure the internet works for those in-game wagers. Follow me on Twitter at @TGeorgeCapper. My new account, my old one got hacked. At @TGeorgeCapper. Nick, you need to follow me. My new Twitter account.
I definitely follow you, Tony.
Well, I got hacked, so now I got a new account. So I don't know if
I'll
you knew
follow
that
you
or not,
after the
but
show.
nonetheless,
I'll follow you after the show.
Whatever I wager at halftime in the Super Bowl, I will tweet it out to you. So be sure and give me a follow at @TGeorgeCapper. Good luck in the Super Bowl, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Nick and I will be back next year with the Prop Madness show in the NFL. We might even throw one in, I don't know, for the NBA. We'll talk about it. Why not?
Let's do it.
I don't know. I think we can do that for you. Thanks for tuning in. Thumbs up, subscribe, all those good things. Go get that free 60 and win some money for the Super Bowl.